Robert Hazell is Professor of Government and Constitution at University College London. I asked him when it became the convention that MPs were consulted on UK military intervention.
So the big turning point was 20 years ago with the invasion of Iraq in 2003, when the House of Commons held a major set-piece debate, a long debate, which ended with a vote on a substantive motion that this House approved the proposed military action. And that really was that people have referred to ever since.
And that was just because it was such a controversial issue?
It was controversial, but it was very big. Amongst all the Allied forces, 40,000 troops had been deployed by that time in the Gulf. So it would have been a huge reversal for the government if it had lost the vote. And it was at the insistence of Robin Cook, then leader of the House of Commons, that the vote was held.
And there has been an expectation since that MPs will be consulted, will perhaps be given a vote before any military intervention, but it doesn't always happen, does it?
It certainly doesn't. And the key is in the words military intervention, because that can take many different forms. The invasion of Iraq involved the deployment of troops on the ground. That's always been seen as a much, much bigger commitment than, for example, airstrikes or missile strikes, as we've seen most recently in the Gulf. And the other votes since in the House of Commons have always involved airstrikes or missile strikes. There have been no subsequent votes before military action involving the deployment of troops. Famously, in 2013, the government led by David Cameron lost a vote about its proposal to bomb chemical facilities in Syria. And after that, people felt that there was now a recognized convention that the government would seek approval even for airstrikes. But that in turn was overturned 5 years later in 2018, again involving airstrikes on chemical facilities in Syria, when the government led by Theresa May decided not to have a debate before the airstrikes. There was a debate after the deployment, but it didn't result in a vote. And ever since then, the convention has really been in quite serious doubt as to the circumstances when government does need prior approval before engaging even in airstrikes.
Professor Robert Hazell from the Constitution Unit at University College London.